Well, hello, Star Wars unboxing fans. Welcome to another episode of Darth Tuba's Star Wars unboxing show, or should I say reboxing show for today, sort of. I'm your host, by the way, Darth Tuba. Hello. And I have been very busy. I am in the process of setting up for the, well, not setting up, we're nowhere near the time for the next Star Wars sale, but June 26th, 7th, 8th, and 9th is the date. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, basically the last full weekend in June. And I have started the process of boxing up all of my Legos. Okay? Well, boxing up whatever Legos I had boxes for. So as you can see here, there's quite a few. Okay? Looking down, we got the TIE Fighter and Y-Wing 2-pack. We got the transport, the resistance transport. We have the oh gosh, I don't have the names in front of me. And then separate Y-Wing. Of course, right here we have the sail barge. This is the original sail barge that came out, not the one that's more recent, but the smaller one that came out earlier. So here's the deal. These are all, unless otherwise said, they're all pretty much complete, okay? Or at least I'll say them. If they're in the box, I believe they are all complete. Okay, down here we got the Disney shuttle, the Resistance shuttle from Rise of Resistance. We got the B-Wing. We got Krennic's ship. We got two droid developer, although I will say this one, I think I might have accidentally sold the Mindstorms at thinking that it was only that, and now I can't find it. So it might be stored in my stuff from the sale, but I will tell you that generally speaking, Legos sell a lot. So this is, I'm just selling the box, the directions, and a few pieces, just kind of as a loose, kind of a $5 item. But below that, I do have the original droid developer kit, and that is complete. So lots of great. Now, obviously, all of these have been on display. All of these have been, in fact, displayed prominently in my display case, which I'll show you that case in a little bit. But these are the firsts. Well, I shouldn't say that. If you've watched the channel, you know that I've already started piling up other stuff to put out there. But I just decided I'm going to part with my Legos, with the exception of a couple, which I'll show you. But here are some things that I will tell you. I don't have the boxes or instructions for everything, but you can find the instructions online. That I'm not worried about. Like, I have a few items here. This is the Celebration 5-pack. I guess they're the buddies or whatever, bounty buddies. I'm not going to show them all of these here, but here's this little like tabletop. I think it was a 20th anniversary, a little tabletop Endor set. This is Resistance V-Wing, not Resistance, a V-Wing fighter, the Naboo fighter. Okay, and I've been pricing sold items on eBay and just kind of going a little less than that for exactly the same price. But again, if people negotiate, I always favor the buyer, because I do not want to pack these things back up. In fact, right now, the only reason they're sitting here in the Star Wars room is that my garage, well, keep in mind, we do have 2 cars in the garage. It is almost packed to the gills with other items. Okay, now the Lego, now this one, one of the reasons I don't have my boxes, no, I wasn't stupid and threw my boxes away, nothing of that nature. But if those of you who have been watching the channel know that about, at this point, I think we're talking about quite a few years ago. In fact, the reason I even started an unboxing channel is right here on the floor, below this tile, below this foam pad, there is a drain. And that's the drain because this is actually a basement, but it's actually like a mother-daughter house, right? It has a bathroom right here behind this. See, there's my little restroom here, right? Nice little bathroom. That used to be a stove where that door is, where Mickey and Yoda are. And this is a closet. And this is a livable space. There was a laundry room in there. There still is a laundry room in there. A bedroom in there. So this was a livable space when it was built. And these pipes up here that are hidden behind here, these pipes both run water for the shower and the bathroom and stuff. And they also run heat and radiators throughout the house, throughout the basement. Well, I guess part of the code at the time was that if you had that, you had to build a drain. So there's a hole underneath this that goes down about a foot. It's got a grating on it, it's safe, but it goes down about a foot, and that feeds out to what I believe is what's called a gray water septic. We have a solid septic and a gray water septic. And it's really not a problem. We don't have French drains. We don't have a sump pump. We live at the top of a hill, so it's usually not an issue. But when there is an excessive amount of rain, when I say excessive, I mean like hurricane levels of, 5, 6, 7 inches of rain, like some level of that. I believe they called it biblical. When they had that level of rain, unfortunately, that does mean that there is going to be some flooding. The water from the gray water septic will back up, and it'll come in here. It's one of the reasons I use this kind of foam padding, because if I use this, it's very easy to take it up. It's not stuck or anything. It's just puzzle pieced. Once the weather recedes, I can, and the sun comes out, I take the pads, put them outside, let them dry off, put them back down. So that works out better. However, it's not a good idea to have anything on the floor. So I'm going to have to figure some stuff out. Let me show you some other things here. These are mostly just Black Series. Like, these are generally complete Black Series loose figures. As I've said, I've started to part with it on a previous episode. Okay, you've seen me kind of putting these all together. My plan is to basically put them aside so that I'm only keeping Black Series figures of figures that I don't have vintage collection versions of. So I've moved pretty much all of my, there's a couple over here you can see, some of those more deluxe sets and pieces. I've kept that for now, although I'll probably end up parting with some of them too, eventually. And then of course we've got these. You'll see I'm 2 shelves off the ground here on my little makeshift bookcase here. So I'll eventually part with all of these, because I think if I look a little hard enough, I'm pretty sure I have figure versions of all of these, like 3 3/4 inch versions. They're just not on vintage collection cards. Well, that's not a deal breaker, So I'll probably end up parting with a lot of these. Maybe just keep some of these down here, because they really haven't made, like what's his name, Bix. I don't think there's been a 3 3/4 inch version of Bix. So, or Omega, things like that. All right, so here's where my Legos were, and as you can see, I've kind of made some space. So these are the only ones I'm keeping right now. These are the Lego figures that they made a few years back. You can tell by the figures that came out. Where there's Baze, there's Chirrut, there's Han Solo, there's Jyn Erso. So it's that 20 and the Force Awakens. You can see Phasma in the back there, I think. So you're talking about like 2015 to 2018, 2019. That's when these came out. And I just like these. They remind me of regular figures. So I'm going to hold on to them for a little bit just for sentimental reasons. And of course we have the big Ultimate Collection Millennium Falcon. That was a gift to me. I'm keeping that. And you can see there's a BB-8 droid in the back there. That was something else I'm keeping. And there's an R2. That was a gift, another gift. I couldn't fit it in there, sadly. But there's R2 up on the shelf there. Okay, so that's pretty much all of my Legos that I'm keeping. The rest, going. But that means that I have this really nice display. See, it says MJ Hummel. Hummel was and is still a collectible, kind of ceramic collectible thing. You can get little figurines and stuff. They're very old-fashioned, I would say. They're nice, and I have a couple of pieces myself. My parents used to have a nativity set that actually I let my brother have, and I had a couple of pieces that we kind of put up with them. So, but this is obviously not going to be for Hummel, so I'm going to probably see if I can get my daughter to give me something to just tape over this, like Darth Tuba or something. I'll figure something out. Anyway, I got to see if any of my magnets will work. That's a good idea. But as you can see, this is kind of a permanent based thing. I've got shelving kind of going all the way down. These shelves can't move, so I'm kind of stuck with what I can put here. But I had an idea, so I'm going to show you what my plan was. I'm going to go past my studio. I'm doing a lot of stuff out of the studio lately. This is my boiler room / other part of the collection. Believe it or not, this is where the collection was first put up. It used to only be in this room. You know, this is and you know, I've adjusted things partially just because I don't like being too close to the boiler, for obvious reasons. And, you know, let me put this on. Oh, disco! Woohoo! All right, there we go. I'm thinking about moving a lot of this stuff into that space because you can barely see it here. So I was thinking about moving it, and then you can see that I have a couple of items in this display case that are, you know, Kenner related, and I was thinking about just kind of spreading that out. And I have a few pieces here that I'd like to get out of the obviously out of the exposed area and put it in this area. So that's kind of what I'm thinking about doing. So I think I'm going to start working on that today. All right. So I'll throw some high-speed camera. You can see the work. Obviously, I got a lot of work to do about moving all this stuff, but we'll get to going with that and see how it goes. All right. So what we have here is mostly some stuff that came out in the mid-'80s, like 83, 84. And it's basically from a company called Sigma. And they used to be available. I think these guys were available in Spencer's. Because I remember going to Spencer's a lot. That I would keep picking them up. In 1983, yeah. It was all Return of the Jedi based. You can tell by all the characters you're seeing, you know. But talk about mentioning Hummel. These are kind of meant to look like Hummel. They're kind of meant to look like those cherub-like characters, you know, angels and that kind of thing. Cupids, except they're Star Wars characters. So it's a little bit bizarre. I don't think they fetch too much money on the market, you know. There's more to it than this. I'll go through those in a little bit. But let's get these let's see how they look in the shelf there, the new shelf. So you can see, now we can see them a little bit better. They're probably a little condensed. I might space them out a little. Right now you can see we have the figurines, by the way. Don't mind the Star Wars theme being played by my little Ewok music box. They're also part of Sigma. But these guys are, they kind of take up the front. I don't know if I wanted to use all the space, but I have a few more items that I'm going to show you in a little bit. But for now, yeah, and this thing has a nice light on it, so it kind of lights everything up much better. They're not blocked anymore. I'm much happier with them in this space. But there's more, just wait. Okay, I think that's all of it. As you can see, there's a lot more space now. I gotta fix my land with the Jawas, but there's a lot more space now down here, so I can do some adjusting. But these are the other Sigma products. This is a lot of Yoda stuff. There's like a Yoda pencil holder, Yoda salt and pepper shakers, toothbrush holder, snow speeder, land speeder soap dish, picture frame with weird sexy 3PO pose. Oh, but you haven't seen anything yet. There's the Tauntaun teapot. These are some great Sigma animated glasses. And these are actually not Sigma. These are Hamilton collection. If you recall the plates, they actually made mugs of them. And I've been parting with the plates, but I love the mugs. These are some, it might be unlicensed, not Sigma. There's a Chewie mug. There's a 3PO mug. There's a Yoda bank, Jabba bank, another music box, and there's the infamous, what I happen to know for a fact is Anthony Daniels' favorite, or maybe least favorite, collectible related to C-3PO. It's a C-3PO precariously placed tape dispenser. So there you go. There's also, these are one of these ceramic Vaders. It looks like something you put a light in, and his lights glow when you have it. So I don't know if that's going to fit in that display because it's a little tall. We also have a cookie jar down here, a lot of R2 and 3PO stuff. So we'll do some adjusting. That's pretty much all I want to put in there. So if I can space it out a bit, as I said, I don't know if Vader will fit, but we'll check it out. Okay, so it's coming together, except for the fact that these items will not fit in here unless I put them in the top, which I didn't really want to do that. I didn't want to break up the Legos, but I think if I moved some of the Legos down to this one, right, and then I could do some more of this, and then the rest of the items could fit in the bottom, I think I'll be in better shape. I'll probably end up moving my little thing here. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, yep, that bowl plate and everything, that's also Sigma. So let me do a little more rearranging, and we'll see how we do. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. All right, we got, we were kind of limited to size. So unfortunately, my Lego guys back there, the Vader, Phasma, and Chewie kind of have to stay up top. The rest of them I was able to kind of disperse between the top two shelves. And I was able to get my Sigma things down here a little bit. And got some more mugs and some more odd stuff, oddball stuff there featured. And I did have these like matching, this is also Sigma, these 4 mugs. There's one back there, one behind Java, and then these 4 matching kind of placemats. The only problem with that is that they're now blocking the mirror, which means some of the light is not reflecting back. So I may bag them and put them in storage. Just keep them for when I want to, if I ever want to part with these, okay? And overall, I think that's kind of nice. It's a little bit, with the light on, I have it set on a timer so it'll go on every night. Ultimately, that would be something I would love, is to have all my lights kind of go on, on a timer, at least for a couple hours each night, just so I can, because it's a pain, I have a lot of those rope lights and stuff, but I have to constantly activate them and turn them on and plug them in and this and that and this, and turn on the switches. It'd be nice if they were all just kind of wired in to go. But this was a good start. And as I said, that Vader light up thing wasn't able to fit there, so he's up here. So that'll do it. Okay, so thanks so much for watching, guys. Hit the notification button. Again, these were all Legos. The Legos will be on sale at the Star Wars sale taking place the 26th through 29th of June here in good old Flemington, New Jersey. More information will go out as we get closer, but if you are anywhere in the tri-state, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, quad state area, then I would recommend, if you're close to New Jersey and you really want to build up your own collection, there's going to be a lot of different things out there for sale. So hopefully you can come out. And I'd love to meet you guys, meet anybody who's been watching the channel. All right, so thanks so much for watching. Until next time, may the Force and the toys be with you.